Okay, Hilchos Yom HaKippurim, Perek Beis Halacha Aleph. Kol Ma'aseh HaTamidim HaMosdos Shel Yom Zeh. So we'll go down to the Avodas Yom HaKippurim. Until now we were talking about the preparation. Now all the actions, the Karbonos, and the additional offerings of Yom Kippur, Kohen Gadol Oisa Oison, Kohen Gadol does them, V'hu Lovish B'Bigdei Zov, and he is dressed in gold clothing. Laman, we learned Avodas Yom HaKippurim were done through the Kohen Gadol. Everything that was done that day. Here the Rambam adds that which was done all year. The Kohen Gadol has to do Yom Kippur as well, but those he does with the 8 garments that he wears a whole year, as well as Yom Kippur, which he changes twice to white. The services that are specific for this day, for Yom Kippur, are done the big day loven with white garments, meaning the Kohen wears 4 garments which are white that do not have gold. Now the big day kahanim we find, the Rambam explains in the Hilchos HaMeir, the vessels of the Beis HaMikdash, and we'll explain them in brief. Halacha Aleph, the big day kahuna, there's 3 types. The Kohen, the regular Kohen, the golden garments which are the 8, and the white garments of Yom Kippur. The big day Kohen Hediyot have 4 parts to them. They had the vest, the jacket, and the pants, the head covering, and the belt. And they're all white. And they are made of thread which is six times wound. And the belt had also in it some blue, which was wool. It was also mixed with wool. Secondly, Big Day Zov, the golden garments, they're the 8, the 4 that we just mentioned, and also a jacket on top of his top shirt, and the ephod, the apron, the choshen, and the breastplate, the tzitz, and the head plate. Altogether you have 8. That's all year. When you did the avodah, you could only wear your garments when you're doing the avodah, if you're a kohen. 3 is the white ones of Yom Kippur, that are the 4 ones that a regular kohen has, which is the top shirt, the pants, the belt, and the head covering. And they're all white, and they're also made of threads of 6, and they are only made from linen, not from wool. So according to this Rambam in Hilchos Yom HaKippurim, Perek Ches, the belt of the Kohen, the regular Kohen, and the belt of the Kohen Gadol were different. The belt of the regular Kohen had blue in it as well. And there are thoughts, though, that there's a difference in the head covering as well as to how it was made or the shape it was in. We're not going to go into that. There we find that all year the Kohen Gadol would wear a belt made out of white and blue fabric, which was white was the linen and blue was the wool, just like the avnate of the Kohen Hediyot, the regular Kohen. Now the Mishnah Melech points out, why does the Rambam call them Big Day Loven? Only the avnate is the only difference. Why? What's unique about the Big Day Kohen Gadol if the only difference is the belt? But the upper shirt and the pants and the head covering, there's no difference between them. Between those that are worn on Yom Kippur or worn a whole week by a regular Kohen, or the Kohen Gadol under his golden garments. And the answer is, they have to be new, and not from those that he wears a whole year. So the Big Day Loven are made specifically for the avodah of Yom Kippur. In Halacha Hey, the Rambam writes, and these white garments that he does the work on them on the day of the fast, he's not allowed to use them ever again, but they are placed where he removes them. In other words, he takes them off, and that v'nichom shom. That's what it says in the Torah. And they're also ba'ano. You can't benefit from that. If that's the case, on every Yom Kippur, they had to make new garments, and there were actually two sets, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, as we'll learn. And the avodah specific to this day, the Kohen Gadol does it with the white garments, is the action of bringing the bull, the Kohen Gadol, which atones for him and the Kahanim, the two shiurim, that one of them is So'iyah Mishtaleach, one is the inner goat, which is the blood is brought inside the Kodesh HaKadoshim, and then on the Peirush, on the curtain, and then on the golden altar, and the setting away of the scapegoat. And Vaktos Aktoros b'Kodesh HaKadoshim, also the incense that's brought inside Kodesh HaKadoshim, because there's a daily incense which is brought twice a day, which is done with the gold garments. Called Elo b'Bigdei Lov and Nasim. These are all done with what we call the Bigdei Lov on the white garments of the Kohen Gadol. Now in Hilchos Yom HaKippurim, the Rambam adds he had two top garments on Yom Kippur. One he wore in the morning, and one he wore in the afternoon. And both of them, they were valued at 30 mona of Hegdish. If you wanted to add to that, you could add more. That's how expensive they were. And he sanctifies the additional, and then he makes from it the linen, the upper shirt. These two shirts had to be worth at least 30, which is 100 zuz, and therefore shloishim mona, a mona is 100 zuz, and shloishim mona is 3,000 zuz. As the Mishnah cites the Gemara Yuma 34b. But there's a question whether the Lashon Rambam is others, meaning that in addition to the one he had another two. That's the way it would seem according to the language. The Mishnah Lamelach in Hilchos Kli Migdash questions where the Rambam learned this. In the Mishnah Yuma, we find that the Kohen Gadol had two upper shirts for this day, but not in addition that to the garments that he has in the four begodim. Furthermore, the Mishnah Melech questions when did the Kohen Gadol wear this third set of upper shirt if he only goes into the Kodesh HaKadoshim twice. That those two times that he used them, he would wear them when he needed to go into the Kodesh HaKadoshim, when he needed to wear white, and therefore in Yom Kippur he would wear white garments only twice, once in the morning, once when he slaughtered the par and the bull, and he brought the incense inside, and once in the afternoon when he took out the fire pan and the vessel which he brought the incense, which were left in the Holy of Holies until he took them out in the afternoon. So what did they need it for? They didn't accomplish anything. When did he wear them? Furthermore, he questions, how does the Rambam know that each one was worth 30 mona? From the Lashon Mishnah, it would seem that all four garments together were these 30 mona or 3,000 zuz. That's where Rashi explains in the morning. He explains all of it together, not just the individual top shirt. And furthermore, the value of the begodim we learn when it says bad 4 times in the Torah. There has to be the best of linen. And those 4 times it says bad linen, it says by all 4 garments. How does Rambam distinguish between that's only by the upper garment, and he leaves the words of the Rambam needing a source, and the later commentaries try to explain it, but we do not have place here to continue in this vein.